Hi everyone, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets, and these are the J2 electrostatic headphones from HiFiMan. And this is a special amp that you can buy as an optional package together to power these electrostatic headphones. You have to use an amp that's specifically designed and strong enough and powerful enough to drive electrostatic headphones. So I'm going to quickly talk about the following: the hardware, some of the specifications briefly, because you can look those up, so I'm just going to go over what's relevant, comfort, design, and then I'm going to talk about a whole range of tracks that I've listened to. Now, one thing I could try and do is, listen to each track with you listening to me listening to them at the same time, but I think that's just a waste of time. Plus, because these leak music, like what you listen to, everyone else listens to, it's not good for YouTube copyright. So let's crack on. Let's talk about, first of all, the amp. The amp weighs 6.5 kilograms. The headphones, despite their size, and they are pretty big, weigh 365 grams. In terms of this particular amp, it can have various voltages that you can select on the back, and it does tell you it can do 110 or 230. You've got balanced 3-pin XLR inputs here, and you've got RCA in as well. So I've used the RCA in with going from a DAC into here, and I've had no trouble in terms of the volume. There's a 20-step potentiometer here. You select whether you want RCA or balanced. You can have listen to two headphones at the same time, or connect to, and you've got an on-off switch. The nice thing is when you hit the on button, there's silence until it all connects, and then it kicks in, so you don't get any nasty surprises. So that's something to bear in mind. So if you look at these electrostatics, can you see that? I love the green shimmer that you get. The headband is very simple, goes over your head like so, and they are pretty massive on your ears. They are very comfortable. The pads are really comfortable. There's not too much pressure on there. If I had one critique, you see the headphones move that way, but the cups don't. They have no rotation there. So you might find on some heads, perhaps thinner heads, you might have benefited a slight rotation, and that would have given even more comfort. In terms of frequency response, these go from 7 hertz to 90 kilohertz. So there's some impressive audio numbers on there. I'm going to go through all the positives, negatives, feedback, just to hopefully give you a really good feel for what these sound like. In terms of total cost, they're roughly split 50-50 just to make life easier, but these are about $2,500, so not cheap by any means. And it's quite an interesting sort of combination. Now, if you're not sure what is an electrostatic headphone, they are quite a niche product, but there's a reason people crave for these type headphones. They have very thin nanoparticle coated diaphragms, and in here these are, wait for this, 0.001 millimeters wide. So that's great, but what does that actually mean? Well, it means that you get lightning fast response, and you get really low distortion. So just get pure, utter audio music sound out of these. What you put in is what you get out. If you put rubbish audio in, you get rubbish audio out. However, I did stream some Apple Music, Spotify, using a nice DAC, and it was all right, to be honest. You couldn't go wrong with that. Now I'm just going to grab some of my notes here because I was listening to certain tracks. So this is where I'm going to talk about one of the flaws in the amp here, one thing to bear in mind, and that's also then reflects in the headphones and what I think the solution to that could be. So I listened for tons of tracks, but I want to just go through a few of them to give you an idea of what you get. So Florian Christel Encore is a nice classical track, and what you notice is the timbre, or timbre, however you want to pronounce it, depending if you're American or English. The timbre on the tracks is just fantastic. You really sense the different instruments, the exact tone of those instruments, and you can tell it's just fantastic. It's really one of these real strengths. And when the piano keys were being pressed, it was as if the piano was right there in front of you. Right, literally you're pressing the piano keys. Really amazing. And the timing, the dynamics, it's just awesome. It's like, say you had, no disrespect if you have either of these cars, but say you had a Fiat Panda and then you had a Ferrari. They both, and you're going from A to B, and it's not a place where you can speed, so it's not a motorway, so that ultimate top speed doesn't matter. But when you arrive at the destination, you may have only done 30 miles an hour, maximum 40 or maybe 50. But when you get there, when you turn up in that Ferrari, you've just got that biggest grin on your face because you've just got really involved with the sound, the dynamics and everything. That's what these headphones do. Really quite amazing. And I listened to Ola Gjello, however you pronounce it, Luminous Night. I'll put the names up here as well so you know what I'm talking about. The voices are absolutely awesome. The vocal on those just really makes you feel the music. Bach, Sonata for Viola, da Gamba, and Hopschord number 3 in G minor. Instrument separation is very good here. These don't have overall the widest sound stage. They are quite try and push everything a bit front. In terms of extreme macro dynamics, these certainly don't have don't go that far, but it's overall, I think you can look at specs, you can look at everything, but it's how you feel when, how do you get moods when you listen to the music, and with these I certainly did. Bee Gees, Heart Like Mine. Well, if you've heard the Bee Gees, you know all the different vocals and how their vocal ranges and the harmonies. Wow, I just wanted to re-listen to that track time and time again. The tone on their voices is phenomenal. Sarah McLachlan, Ice, a track called Ice. Her voice and the guitar, you can really pick up her tone of voice and the guitar, exceptional. Again, really fantastic. The artist Jewel, Enter from the East, and you can hear all the little nuances in the tracks and all the little details. These work very well. So far, so good. And again, Bruce Springsteen, Paradise, his husky voice picked up extremely well on these headphones. And now I'm going to talk about a couple of aspects of these where there's the amp reflects on the limitations of the headphones and vice versa. So Lucinda Williams is a blues singer, You Can't Rule By Me, and she sounds a bit harsh. The tone is just a little bit harsh in my mind, and she's got quite a lot of dynamics and whatever. And I think this is where the amp, at this price point that they've done it for, doesn't do it. Just runs out of steam, and it slightly clips the music. So if you replace the amp with a better amp from Stax, or even Hi-Fi-Man do a Shangri High, put a little picture of it, but that's like $8,000, a ridiculous price. But that's where I think this amp limits these electrostatic headphones. If you're listening to something like modern Dua Lipa, Hallucinate, it's got great vocals, great mids, really good mid bass, and no sub bass. So if you like electronic music, or you like music with really thumping sub type bass, these don't do it. I think I was just having a look beneath 80 hertz. I just don't think there's anything there. And that's the sort of pros and cons for certain music. I think for vocal music, choir, classical, jazz, but as soon as you go into hard, big rock bands, and I think you need a different amp, because that's letting down these particular headphones. And that's really the situation. I also just make a quick note so you're aware. This was very lucky to to get this on loan from Hi-Fi-Man. I think because of the COVID-19, this was currently on loan to someone else in the UK, and they were able to get it across to me. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for supporting the channel. This is the first time they have seen this video, is you watching it. Hi-Fi-Man, they're watching at the same time as you, so they had no influence in that at all. But it's just very nice, really nice of them to send through this. I mean, this combo is 2,500, roughly split 50-50. But if my honest view is, I really like the headphones. If you want a budget, fair enough, but I would try and get spend some more money and get a better amp to power these. All in all, it's been an amazing experience. I'm now going to go back and start listening to my music, because it's just a fantastic experience. Anyway, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. Catch you guys soon. Bye for now.